Hello painting class. In this video you are going to be learning about the artist Georgia O'Keeffe, and we are going to be creating Georgia O'Keeffe inspired still life paintings. We are going to be working on canvas for this project. If you don't have canvas at home, white drawing paper, any heavyweight paper will do just fine. Students at school are using a large canvas. Any size will work. This is 18 by 24, but for this video, I'm going to be demoing on a smaller canvas just for videoing purposes. All right, so you're going to need a canvas or heavyweight paper, pencil and an eraser. You are going to need paint. For this project, we are going to continue to use tempera paint, but if you have acrylic paint at home, that will work just fine. So acrylic or tempera paint, colors of your choice. In the Google slide, you'll learn about warm and cool colors and complementary colors. You really can paint your still life object any colors. It doesn't have to be realistic. We just want to make sure that the background for your object is a complementary or contrasting color. So you can see in this student work, he chose to use reds and oranges, warmer colors for the object, and in the background he chose to use green tones and some blues, a little bit of yellow, something that contrasts. So if your object, if you're painting it, for instance, these reds and oranges, you wouldn't want to paint the background pink just because that's too similar, or orange. You'll lose the object. You want a contrasting color to make the still life object pop. So you are going to need a still life object because that is what Georgia O'Keeffe focused on in her artworks, but she focused on a distorted perspective, something that was zoomed in to abstract the object. So we're not drawing your object in the center. I need more hands. We're not drawing the object in the center and fitting it perfectly. We are enlarging the object so that it expands and goes off the edges and almost becomes abstract. So we're really doing a blown up perspective of your still life object. So you can purchase a fake flower at the dollar store. You can go outside and pick one. Leaves are also an option if you have some sort of fake leaf, or if you want to go outside and pick one. Other objects that would work would be shells. If you have a collection of shells that you would like to paint, these are objects that Georgia O'Keeffe used. So again, she's our inspiration for this painting. So a flower, a leaf, or a shell will work well for your still life object. And again, we are zooming in on that object and we are sketching it large, almost that becomes abstract. Remember, abstract means that it doesn't reflect reality. It only uses line, shape, color, pattern, and texture. So it's partially abstract because you can sort of still tell that this is a flower, but it's so zoomed in that it almost becomes abstract. Also, like I said, you don't have to use realistic colors. So if I choose this purple flower, for instance, I don't have to paint it purple. I can paint it green and blue if I want. So you don't have to mimic the exact colors. All right, so canvas, pencil and eraser, because we're first going to start by sketching it large, going off the edges of your canvas or paper, and then tempera or acrylic paint of your choice. You need a few different paintbrush sizes because we are working relatively large, but you might have some smaller details. Water, paper towel, and then of course your still life object. All right, follow along as we paint this Georgia O'Keeffe still life object that is zoomed in to become almost an abstracted perspective. All right, so I have sketched this really lightly, really large, so it almost doesn't look exactly like my leaf. So I'm focusing in on this portion of my leaf. You don't even see the point. The point would end up out here, nor do you see these ends. They would end up out here if my canvas was larger. So I've blown in the perspective. I've almost abstracted the leaf so you can't tell that it is a leaf. Although I have drawn in the veins because this is the inspiration for my painting. So step one is to complete your sketch with an enlarged perspective of your still life object. Check out video 2 for how to begin to paint your object.